Yeah, different background, you know. We gotta do what we gotta do, man. Anywhere, anytime, any place. But look, smash and grab. That's what I'm gonna call it. Smash and grab. Look, it was patchy today. Wasn't a great performance, but you know, we've been struggling to play that normal football and stuff like that. But today, as I said, we played well in patches. I thought the backline was good today. I thought the backline was solid. I thought Raya was exceptional. I thought he was fantastic. As you can see earlier in the game, he made a great save. Kept us in the game quite a few times. And Odegaard didn't want to do it, but like Odegaard, look, great technical player. He's a great football player. But the last year and a half, coming up to 2 years, hasn't been it for me, man. Like today, just wayward passes. That's our captain, man. And I've been banging on about this. He's our captain and he just doesn't have that cutting edge, that heart, that desire. He doesn't have it. From what it looks from the outside looking in, when I'm watching him, he doesn't look like he has that cutting edge. He doesn't. He's dropping, he's our number 10 and he's dropping deep. And he's playing, at one stage, he looks like he's playing as a right-sided centre-half. And I'm like, it's not making sense. How is our number 10 constantly on the defender's toes, or he's sorting in that centre-half or right-sided centre-back? Earlier in the game, we see Rice. Once Odegaard stayed higher, you see Rice like punching passes into him and finding him. And this is where the problem lies. When our number 10 is not picking up these spaces, right? This is why we're missing Eze right now, because Eze picks up these spaces so well. He's very, very patient. And he picks up these spaces well. And then at the end of it, when he does receive the ball, he has some sort of end product to it. He can score. He can assist. He can create chances. Zubamendi's in there. Anytime there's a midfield three of Zubamendi, Rice, and Odegaard, it's always going to be a struggle watch. Why? Because Rice is going to be covering for Zubamendi and Odegaard's nonsense. Zubamendi was supposed to come into this team and be a controller of the game, right? And take over a Thomas Partey and Jorginho. He hasn't lived up to that. Nowhere near. And I think after this year, there needs to be a big plan and a big review on that position and signing Zubamendi for 60 million odd. It is mental. He hasn't been impressive throughout the whole season for me. Maybe I can count on my hands how many games he's actually played well, but that's poor. He's been poor, and in today's game, it's poor again. Nah. Rice is gonna give you your usual, covering for everyone, doing well, punching in passes, and yeah, he's gonna do well. It's just gonna be steady, and that's what we like. And then we have Madueke. I've had so much talk on Madueke. Stop talking on this guy. He is someone, his profile of player is what we needed. We needed someone different to a Saka who's going to run in behind. You can see in the first 10, 15 minutes, he ran in behind, went 1v1, won a foul, got the ball to feet, took on his defender, cut back, cross. That's 3 different dynamics of being a winger. And he done it all in 15 minutes. And he was doing it throughout the game. He was beating the fullback all the time. And it's not his fault that people don't want to get onto the end of his cross. Sorry, guys. I mean, it's not his fault. But he is an exceptional player. And I don't care what anybody else says. You don't have to agree with it. But he's an exceptional player. He's fantastic. And he's only going to keep getting better. He's going to keep playing, and he's going to keep getting better. I think the substitutions that Arteta made at the time, I was confused. Why are you taking off Madueke, putting on Dalman, and then you're bringing on Havertz for no, you shouldn't have done that. You should have brought on Dalman for Odegaard in the 10, kept Madueke on the right. But look, what do I know? He's brought on Havertz, and Havertz has gone to get the goal. Him taking off Madueke had nothing to do with the goal. And that started off from taking off Trossard and bringing on Martinelli. And we know this is what Martinelli does. He provides a goal or an assist anytime he comes on the pitch. So, yeah, you know what? Fair play to Arteta. And with Arteta, once again, yes, Arteta is buying these players. And yes, Arteta is fielding these players. But that does not mean that these players shouldn't go and play well. That doesn't mean that, because Arteta's not on the pitch at the end of the day. So, yes, today's game was a smash and grab. And it just goes to show you that, yeah, like, these mini cups, yeah, we thought it was going to be a quadruple, but Carabao Cup, we lost in the final. I think that's a lesson learned before we play Man City. And then FA Cup, we lost to Southampton. Sometimes playing against lower league teams can be very, very difficult. But it's a different dynamic of game, and it just becomes very weird. We're away to Sporting in the Champions League, and guess what? We will come away victorious. So football is just a crazy game. It's a crazy sport, and everybody is against Arsenal. Anything Arsenal does, everyone's against us. I'm so pleased with the win today. All I care about is winning. I want to lift that Premier League title, and if we do win the Champions League, hey, that is a flipping bonus. But there's still teams in it like PSG, Barca, Real Madrid, Bayern, and whoever else is in it. So, yeah, that's just the roundup of today's game, roundup of Arsenal. But once again, I want to say get behind the boys and stay behind the boys, but we're all going to have something to say because we haven't won, for example, a Premier League in the last 22 years. We haven't. We have not. So everyone that's arguing and saying this and saying that, I have lots of opinions on Saka. I don't think anyone should really say anything, and I don't think the players should even have anything to say to it as well. Why? Because we ain't won nothing for 22 years. You expect these things. And once we land the big title, Premier League title, and if we can get the Champions League, hey, we all sit back, hands up. Hats off to all the boys. Hats off to all the management. Hats off to all the staff, everyone. You know what? Fair play. Hats off to the people that was right about everything this season about Arsenal. That's all it's going to be. We're all going to celebrate together at the end of the day. So, next week, we go again. Saturday, 12:30, we play Bournemouth. Massive game. As I said, we must collect those 3 points. Why? To extend the gap to 12 points. City still have a game in hand, and City play on Sunday. So we must win on Saturday. We don't want no more dramas in this Premier League title chase. 4 wins, 5 wins are the next 7. That Premier League title's ours. And I believe we're going to do it. Over and out.